Have you ever stopped to think about what truly gives meaning to your life? It might seem like a heavy question, but deep down, it's something we all ask ourselves at some point. What makes us feel like we're on the right path, doing what we're meant to do? Spirituality has some fascinating insights on this, and I'm here to share in a straightforward way how spirituality can help you find that purpose. Many people believe life has a divine purpose. This might sound a bit mysterious, but in practice, it's the idea that something is guiding us, whether it's a divine force or something deeper within us. In some beliefs, like Christianity, it's as if each person has a plan that connects them to something higher. This purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as doing good for others and living with faith. When you trust that there's a plan for your life, every step feels more meaningful. Another essential point spirituality teaches is about reconnecting with your higher self. You know that moment of complete connection with yourself? It could be during meditation or even in a simple moment of reflection. That higher self is like the purest, truest version of who you are. When we manage to connect with it, we discover what truly matters to us, what brings us happiness and fulfillment. This clarity makes your purpose much more apparent. But what if purpose isn't just about us? Many beliefs remind us that life becomes meaningful when we care for others. Helping those around us, making a difference in someone's day, even with simple gestures, has a tremendous impact. When we stop focusing solely inward and start looking at others, our purpose becomes broader and clearer. Serving others, whether through a smile or an act of kindness, makes all the difference. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, purpose isn't about grand achievements or big changes. It's found in the small things. Sometimes it's in caring for a plant, doing something that brings you peace, or even a quiet moment where you find true fulfillment. Spirituality teaches us that the key lies in living intentionally in every small action of our day. When we do this, every moment holds value, and life becomes richer with meaning. Living with purpose is really simple, yet incredibly powerful. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest values and passions. In other words, making choices that resonate with what you believe in and what makes you feel fulfilled. Sounds simple, right? But many people go through life without ever reflecting on this. Once you find that alignment, everything starts to make sense. Life becomes lighter, and even challenges seem easier to face. For example, imagine someone dedicated to helping others, whether through volunteer work or simply caring for those in need. For this person, living with purpose means being in tune with the desire to contribute and make a meaningful impact on society. They feel that every act has value, motivating them to keep going, even during tough times. Another example is people who work on something they truly love. It could be an artist creating with passion or a professional whose work positively impacts others' lives. These individuals find purpose in their work that goes beyond money or fame. They feel fulfilled because they believe they're answering their true calling. Living with purpose isn't about big achievements or complicated quests. Often, it's about giving meaning to the simplest things. It's about waking up each day knowing that whatever you do is aligned with what matters most to you. This brings a sense of peace because you're not just going through the motions of life. You're making conscious choices that bring you satisfaction. Living with purpose goes beyond merely having a goal or ambition. It's about constant alignment between what you think, feel, and do. When this happens, even daily activities, which might sometimes seem small or uninteresting, become meaningful. This is because you're aligned with your true essence, and what seems simple transforms into something deeply valuable. And you know what's even more interesting? When you start living according to your purpose, others can feel that energy too, and the connections you create become more genuine and lasting. This alignment between values and actions not only impacts your life, but also the world around you. When you choose to live with purpose, The decisions you make are no longer impulsive or based on what should be done, but are a reflection of who you truly are. This doesn't mean you'll have all the answers or that life will always be easy. But deep down, when your actions align with what truly matters to you, the path becomes clearer and difficulties are easier to overcome. Finding life's purpose can be a complex process, often filled with obstacles. One of the biggest challenges is undoubtedly societal pressures. From an early age, we are bombarded with expectations of how we should live, what we should do, and what success looks like. These external influences often steer us away from what we genuinely feel is our purpose. The inner voice, which is always there, starts to be drowned out by the noise of the world. Have you ever felt this way? That feeling of doing something just because everyone expects it from you, without stopping to think if it really makes sense for your life? Sometimes, a simple action like helping someone in need or being present for loved ones holds much more meaning than any grand accomplishment. Your purpose might lie in small acts of love, patience, or even self-compassion. And you know what's even more liberating? Realizing that you don't need anyone's validation to feel like you're on the right path. It doesn't matter what others think. What matters is how you feel when living according to your own values. It's important to remember that the journey to living with purpose is full of obstacles. But these obstacles don't have to be reasons to give up. They are simply signs that you're questioning, reflecting, and seeking what truly matters. Be kind to yourself during this process and know that living with purpose can be a daily choice, expressed through simple yet meaningful actions. What could you do today to live more aligned with your true self? Another significant obstacle is the fear of failure. Many people hesitate to follow their purpose because they don't know if they'll meet their expectations or handle the challenges that arise. This fear is natural, but can become a powerful block if not addressed. The good news is that failure isn't the end, but a part of the growth process. Mistakes are part of evolution, and each one is an opportunity to learn and adjust to what truly makes sense for your life. When it comes to finding life's purpose, we often feel lost, not knowing where to start. But the truth is, the process can be simpler than it seems. And it can begin with a small yet powerful step, reflecting on what brings you joy. Yes, joy. Ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? It could be a simple activity like cooking, writing, or even helping someone. When you're doing something that genuinely makes you happy, time seems to fly by without you noticing, and that's a strong indication you're on the right path. Identifying these moments of joy is the first step to understanding where your purpose lies. Often, it's in this space of pleasure and connection with yourself that you begin to realize what truly matters to you. The second step is to look at your strengths, what you do best. We all have unique talents, those gifts we might not even recognize, but that make a difference in what we do. Think about the things you do effortlessly, the ones people always praise you for. These talents might hold the key to your purpose because they're often connected to what you can authentically offer the world. You don't need to be a genius at something, but recognizing your strengths and how they align with your passions can make all the difference. Have you ever stopped to think about what you're really good at, almost without noticing? Sometimes, what comes naturally to you might be exactly what the world needs. Finding life's purpose is something many people seek at some point. The good news is that with a few practical steps, you can start identifying what truly makes sense for you. The first step might be simpler than it seems. Reflect on what brings you joy. Ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? It could be something as simple as cooking, painting, writing, or helping others. When you're doing something that genuinely brings you pleasure, time seems to pass almost magically. And that's a sign you're connected to something deep within yourself. This is the first step to aligning with your purpose. The second step, equally essential, is identifying your strengths. Everyone has unique talents, things they do effortlessly, but may seem natural to them. These talents are often the key to discovering your purpose because they are directly tied to what you can authentically offer the world. Ask yourself, what do I do well without much effort? What do people always ask me for help with? Sometimes, these talents are so natural that you don't realize how valuable they are. The secret is to recognize these gifts and use them for something that has a real and positive impact on people's lives and your own. Now, the third step is just as important as the previous two. Take small, intentional steps. Finding purpose doesn't happen overnight. It's not a single event, but a process built over time. Small, intentional steps make all the difference. Sometimes, the anxiety of finding your purpose quickly can lead you to try to do everything at once, which only increases pressure and frustration. Instead, start with small actions that align with what you perceive as important to you. This could mean trying something new, starting a new project, or even changing a small habit in your routine that brings more meaning to your life. These steps can be as simple as deciding to help someone with a problem you know how to solve, or engaging in something related to your passions, like volunteering for a cause you believe in. The most important thing is to make these steps intentional. This creates a sense of progress, strengthening your confidence and clarity about what you truly want. Each small action aligned with your purpose is a way to build a more meaningful life in a practical and concrete way. Another important point is not to compare yourself to others. What works for one person may not be the same for you, and that's completely normal. Don't rush to reach a final goal. The truth is that life is made up of moments, and each one can be an opportunity to align more with what you desire. Purpose reveals itself as you act with intention and live according to what is important to you. By adopting these steps in your life with patience and dedication, you'll begin to notice that purpose isn't a final destination, but a way of living that unfolds over time, according to the choices you make every day. And who knows, you might be surprised to realize that by living more authentically and aligned with what brings you joy and satisfaction, your purpose will naturally emerge. As you dedicate yourself to these daily practices, you'll see that the path to finding purpose isn't rigid or linear. Some people may feel pressure to achieve great things or find a big purpose, but the truth is that it can be simpler and closer to your heart than you imagine. Maybe it's the satisfaction of seeing someone smile after your small help, or the joy of sharing a genuine moment with others. Purpose often lies in the everyday things that make your life richer and more meaningful. So, be patient with yourself and trust the process. Over time, the small steps will add up, and clarity about what you truly want will become more evident. Your purpose can be shaped by the choices you make each day, and this is something you have the power to build authentically, aligned with your passions and talents. Don't underestimate the power of your daily actions. Each step brings you closer to a life full of meaning and fulfillment. Finding your life's purpose may seem complicated, but the truth is that the first step is much simpler than it seems. It starts with something within you, your joy. Have you ever thought about what really makes you happy? What makes time fly by so fast that you don't even notice the hours? That's a great starting point. What makes me lose track of time might be entirely different from what does it for someone else. For some, it might be writing or drawing. For others, it could be helping others or even learning something new. The secret here is to start noticing these moments, the ones that make your heart race and your mind stay focused. When we're doing something that brings us joy, we feel a sense of accomplishment and purpose without even realizing it. These moments might be small, but are fundamental to understanding what you truly want in life. The beauty of this is that by reflecting on these situations, you start to identify patterns. Maybe you'll discover that you feel most alive when helping someone, working on creative projects, or sharing knowledge with others. These moments of joy can be the key to discovering which path to follow to feel like you're truly living with purpose. To find your purpose more clearly, it's important to look at your talents. We all have unique skills and strengths that we might not recognize right away. So, think, what do you do well without much effort? What do others often praise you for? Sometimes, our strengths are so present in our daily lives that we don't even realize how valuable they are. By identifying these strengths, you begin to understand how to use them for something that truly brings meaning to your life. But understand this. Finding your purpose doesn't happen overnight. Don't be fooled by the idea that you need a big revelation. Purpose is something built gradually. It's like a plant that grows slowly, but with care and attention, becomes strong and fruitful. So, instead of waiting for an immediate answer, take small but intentional steps toward what you want to do. A great way to start is with small but meaningful actions. That project or hobby you've always wanted to start but never had time for. Start it. Even if you only have half an hour a day, dedicate that time to something you love. This could be the first step to discovering what truly brings meaning to your life. And over time, you'll notice that life becomes more authentically aligned. Remember, every person is unique, and your purpose doesn't have to be a grand feat. You don't need to do something extraordinary for your life to have meaning. Sometimes, our purpose is simply spreading kindness, supporting family, or inspiring others with small actions. What matters is that what you do resonates with who you truly are. By looking at your life and identifying what makes you happy and what talents you can use, you'll be taking the first steps to live more fully and with a clear purpose. And believe me, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just allow yourself to be who you truly are and do what brings you happiness and fulfillment. As you begin to notice how energized you feel while doing certain activities, it becomes easier to align your actions with your purpose. The good news is that by doing this more often, your confidence will grow. You'll start to realize that even if the steps you take are small, they have a significant impact on your life and the world around you. This creates a positive cycle. The more you dedicate yourself to what you love, the more you feel you're on the right path. It's a process of constant self-discovery that becomes clearer as you act in alignment with your true essence. In the end, living with purpose is not just about seeking external achievements, but about returning to what is most true within us. It's about believing that every step, no matter how small, contributes to something meaningful. No matter where you are right now, simply being aware that you have a purpose is already a big step toward the transformation you seek. Sometimes the path may seem unclear, but remember, every small act of faith, every decision toward your purpose, brings more clarity and strengthens your journey. There's no need to be perfect or have all the answers today. A purposeful life is built gradually, with patience and perseverance. Believe that the best is yet to come and that everything you've done so far has its value. In moments of doubt, look within and remember, true change begins with you. By aligning with your values and passions, you transform your life from the inside out, spreading light and inspiration to the world around you. When you choose to live with purpose, the universe works in your favor. Trust that something greater is guiding you. Each day is a new opportunity to take a step in the right direction. And no matter the pace, the important thing is to keep moving forward. Don't lose faith in what's to come, because every moment lived with intention is a step closer to the full and meaningful life you deserve. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it with others so they can also benefit from this message. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive our new content on spirituality. May God bless your life. See you soon.